The beginning of the video where I just check everything is working. Let's put something in the chat to see if that's working, and we'll refresh this to see if that's going to work. Okay, so that should be in. Let's see if that's playing. Okay, chat is working, good. Okay, fantastic. Right, we'll make a start. Okay, hi, I'm Chris, and this is my game Realm of the Empress. It's a single-player fantasy adventure board game where you explore a large open area, in this case Port Ovis. You do quests, learn and upgrade a variety of skills, and buy different weapons and armour and upgrade those to progress your character. There's also a main story that takes place in your dreams and should hopefully act as a kind of hook to keep you wanting to play more and to find out what happens next. In this video series I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of the whole game. Each video should be about an hour long, and the last playthrough I did was about 60 hours, so it should be quite a long series. I'm streaming Monday to Thursday at 7 PM UK time every week for the next few months. If you can feel free to leave any comments in any of the videos, or if you catch a live stream, write something in the chat. Any feedback would be more than helpful and more than welcome. It's kind of the reason why I'm doing this, to try to get as much feedback as possible, really. Okay, I'm not going to do a recap. I've done a few of those before, so I'll just encourage you to watch one of the older videos, the first video, to sort of see how you set up the game really at the beginning. In the meantime, I'll just say we've got a few quests that are going on. So this is my quest tracker. It's a tray. Each quest is labelled A to Z, and then there are various lengths of quests, numbered 1 to whatever. So we've got 8 quests going on at the moment here. Due to the open nature of the game, you can have as many quests all ongoing as you'd like, fewer or more depending on your play style. The idea is you go to places, pick up some quests if you want to, then when you've got enough of them you start trying to finish them off and come back to some other areas. Also in this tracker I've got where we left off yesterday, or last stream. So we've got our map card and our player marker, which is this 12-sided die. We've done 2 steps so far. Every time you go, you do 12 steps and go back around to 1, you mark half an hour on a tracker. So here's a look at the map card. They're mini cards. They've got the number of the map card in the top left corner. So this one is number 71, and then the numbers east, north, east, south and west are the cards you pick if you want to go in that direction. So hopefully you can see that. So this has got a building on it. This is the farm. So when you get to a map card with a building on it, we've got a buildings deck, and inside buildings you have characters. We've got a characters deck, and they'll all be part of a quest. So I'll show you, we've got a play mat as well, a character play mat. So in the top left corner here we've got our equipment. At the moment we are fully kitted out in boarhide leather, but just at level 1. You can choose to upgrade your armor as well, so there are 2 ways really of buying better armor. So you would buy maybe iron armor instead of bronze armor if you go with plate armor, or with this we start with boar leather, then we have bear leather, and then we have wolf leather. You can't buy wolf leather from the shops, you have to hunt wolves and then ask them to make it for you especially. We've also got a bronze short sword that we got from a quest, and an oak shield that we just bought. And we started the game with a satchel. The satchel gives us 35 spaces. We use chits as items in this game. 1/2-inch chits are the standard, but some are different shapes, like the old fishing rod here is a long thin one. We've also got our pouch here. This is where you want to keep your food, because that's the main way of restoring your health. And you can only access items in your pouch during combat. So we have 6 spaces to begin with, but that can be upgraded. We've also got a spot for your quest items and your dream deck. So every night you have a chance to dream, and then this is a kind of cryptic thing, story that takes place that, like I said at the beginning, is trying to hopefully keep you wanting to play more and find out what happens. We've also got we did a quest to unlock the inn, or staying at a room at the inn, which unlocks this inventory. It has twice the amount of space as your satchel, and you can stack up to 5 of any one item. We've got a space for skiff storage, which we haven't unlocked yet. We've got weather, it can be okay or raining, and it does affect, for example, animals don't come out in the rain, so it's quite helpful. We had a day like that a couple of streams ago, where we could then do some logging without fear of being attacked by any animals. We've also got Merwin's map, which is a quest item, and we got from completing the quest. It has its own special spot because it's the only map of the place that we're having our adventures in Port Ovis. So it gives us an idea of which direction we want to go. So that's pretty much it. What we're doing at the moment is we started a quest H here. Is what the cards like. So there's a deck together for each quest. This is a long quest. I believe it's 15 cards long. In between each card is a time to pause, usually in the quest, so you could stop there or come back to it or continue on. It gives you options, quite a lot of options per quest. So what we've done, we've found a silver necklace that was missing. We found it from the blacksmith's son Owen, and we got it back, and we got a reward for it from the landlord. But we have also got the option to go back to the blacksmith's son at night and do a bit more of the quest for him and see what that unlocks, or see what happens with that part of the quest. So within one quest we've got a couple of different options for where we want to finish it, but obviously because the cards exist and it's been written, most people will probably want to see what happens. So we're doing quest H at the moment. So I'll just briefly show you, because we're on this map card with the buildings on it, this is what the building deck looks like. It just has a number of the map card on the front on one side, and you find that, so we're looking for 71, you find it in the deck, 71's here, and then you flip it over and it tells you who is in that building. It's also on a grid, so if you want to steal anything you can do if you've got the sneaking skill. And there we've got some people. Teleria and Hazel have one card because they're two daughters of Sarah and Tam. So that's what all of the interiors look like, and it's a way of knowing who's inside the building, and if you want to do some stealing you can do that. There is a morality system, so if you do steal and it doesn't, you don't do it successfully, you will still lose morality. You have 5 to begin with and you lose 1 for every attempt. There are severer consequences the lower your morality goes, so you have to be careful with it, and the only way to get morality back is by doing quests, which are finite. They do run out, so you have to be a little bit wary of that. Here's a little look at the characters deck. We have Tam here, we've got a couple of other characters, so you would find them. I'll show you Tam's quickly. His card has the same information as everyone else's card, so they've all got their names in the top left, then underneath the quests that they're a part of. You can only start a quest at quest 1, so B2 you wouldn't be able to do if you came to him, but you would be able to do C1 or K1. Everyone has got an intimidation and a sneak skill and an amount of gold, and then if they've got a shop, they can be persuaded to sell items for half price. So the coloured in squares on the right are part of the persuasion skill, so if you match up some of those squares you can get half price on whatever they've got in their shops, which are split into cheap, middle and expensive items. So that's just a brief overview, and what we've got so far is I've got Sarah out here. We've got apple pie. She's in the middle of making us an apple pie. We gave her some apples last stream, and you have to wait a day for that to get made, so I just kept that out so we remember it. So what we're going to do is we are going to go down to the pub, because what we didn't do is go back. We spoke to Alan. I'll show you his card. We spoke to Alan, who gave us a reward, and I was so excited with getting the reward that I didn't check if we should talk to Isabel. So Isabel's his wife, who's lost the necklace. We need to talk to her because she has H11, which is the one after this. So we're going to do that first and see what she gives us as a reward, and then we've got a bit of time left, so we're going to do a bit of fishing to use up a bit of time, and then get to night and then find Owen. So here's the tracker. So on the top left corner we've got time for day and night, which we track at the moment with pins. We've got the morality, we've got a bunch of skills on the right, and we've got the day of the week. We're on the 4th day of the first week, and then we've got our armor. We are level 1 leather armor at the moment, so I haven't leveled up anything at the moment. I think what I'm going to do is start buying some bear hide armor, but you need to kill bears in order to level it up, so I need to think a little bit about. Bears are 40 health, and my max health I think is 31 at the moment, so yeah, maybe we want to level up a couple of things for the bear hide armor first. We have to have a little look at what gives the most defense. The defense you get from armor is on top of the health you start with. We only start at 5, so it's not much. We need quite a lot of defense. Okay, so we're going to go down to the pub first. So we are going to go west. Yeah, we're going to go west, then south, and down here somewhere. So we need card 70. I've got about 300 map cards here, and they're split into groups of 50. So easier to find. So we want card 70. And we look in the top left corner. Okay, and place it next to it. And what I do is a few cards, and then when I need to change the group of 50, I then move the character marker and tally up the steps that we've done and see if that uses up much of our time. So I'll show you how that works. So 69, then we go down to 112. So now we're changing into a different set of 50, so I'll move our marker 2, 3, 4 steps. And then we want 112. So we go down south, 112. Then I might do, well no, I'll tell you what, we're going to go down here, we go 129. I was going to go off the path a little bit, but let's try to stick to it. And we want 130. So in this game, if you get a bit lost or don't know what to do, find a path, because all paths lead to buildings, and then all buildings have characters which are all part of quests. So that's usually a good rule of thumb. If you don't know what to do, find a path. There we've got the building, which I know by now is the pub, but you would go to the buildings deck to double check that and check who's inside. What I like about this game is that at the beginning you'll be sifting through quite a few decks to see where everyone is, and you'll have no idea of where everything is in the world, but especially this sort of starting area where all the people are kind of kept and all the shops are, you'll build up a knowledge of that area quite quickly, and then you won't need to go into those decks. You just go straight to the character and see what they've got to say with the quest. So it might start off quite slowly, but you will build up knowledge of the area and of the people and where they are, and then you won't need to keep looking up stuff all the time. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps in total. You'll also get very familiar with a 12-sided die, which I had never used before, and now I know exactly how they work, so that's another bonus, perhaps. Right, so we've gone back in there, we're going to talk to Isabel. So I'm going to have a look through my character deck and find Isabel, looking at the top left corner. There's Isabel. So she has H11, which is what we want. So we're doing the H quest. We got 3 bottles of mead and 20 gold from Alan, so that was good. We sold the bottles of mead because we don't need those right now. So we got 35 gold from him essentially. And then we'll just read what Isabel has to say now we've given her back her silver necklace. So she says, My thanks indeed, traveller. I'm so glad to have it returned. Please take this as a reward. So it says there lose quest items H7 and H9, which we've already done actually. It's just I've got them on both of the quests just in case you go to her before you go to Alan. So reward 1 tasty meal. So a tasty meal is a food item and it will give us quite a lot of health. So let's go have a little look. So it's all chit based, and like I said, most of them are all half-inch chits. So tasty meal, there's a hearty meal and a tasty meal. The hearty meal is the better one, but that's okay. Tasty meal is still good. I'll try to find it first. There's it. So my chit system isn't the best, maybe, but everything is a work in progress anyway at the moment. Sandwich, tasty meal. There we go. So there are lots of different. These are all food items you can have. Lots of different food items. Lots of different ways to get your health back. You can cook food. You can cook raw meats as well to different levels of success that will give more health back. You can add one of those to one of your meals as well. So I've tried to make it so there are a lot of different ways of earning gold and of making items that you use a lot, like the food. So we've got a tasty meal. We get 20 health back with one of those. And seeing as we've only got space for 6 items at the moment in our pouch during combat, having one thing that heals for 20 is very good. But maybe a bit over the top for right now. I've got 2 pies in there that will give us, I think, 10 each. So seeing as our max health is only about 30, don't think we need to eat tasty meals straight away. Okay, we also do we want to do? Okay, so we've done that. We're going to go, I think, and do some fishing, because that will use up 6 hours in the fishing. Just see, yeah. So we need to meet Owen at night. And on our tracker, we still got 6 hours. We've still got 6 hours left. So we could use all of our 6 hours on a bit of fishing. Or we could go down and do some half hours with mining, which would be right next to Owen if we do that. I'm just thinking how long it takes to get to the fishing spot, because it'll be, yeah, we're on 8 already. Let's just do some mining actually, and then we will hopefully get to night by doing that. There are 3 nodes for mining down here that we can do, so let's just move ourselves a little bit. 9, 10, we're at 10 steps, so I think we would have to move quite a lot during the night, and you can get attacked at night, so we don't really want to do that. It's not super punishing, but to do that and then go on to a quest might be a bit tricky. So let's just go down and do some mining. 1, 2, 8. We can get some good things from mining, a decent amount of gold from that too, if we're lucky. And I can show you the mining mini game, which I've already done a couple of times before, but we'll show it again. I've tried to make, like I said, the ways you earn gold, because that's the main thing you do in this game, is just earning gold to level up everything. It's good to have quite a few different ways of doing that, so you don't, obviously to stop you getting bored and to keep the game interesting. You don't want to just be doing the same thing over and over again. So there's the blacksmith and there's the mining node. So I'll just show you what the nodes look like. So here's the spot behind the blacksmiths, and you can see the white circle with the pickaxe icon. So that means that we can do mining there, and then we've got a used node icon we can put on there to show that we've used it. So we're going to go down there, so 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've done 4 steps and we've done a half hour. So we've got 6 hours left. So every time we do a bit of mining, I'll show you now, every time we use a card in mining, it's half an hour, so we can get through quite a lot of time. So our mining deck starts off with everything saying level 1, and every skill goes up to level 5. So we just find all the level 1s until we get to level 2. Here we go. could even talk to the blacksmith, or I think it's to Gallard the blacksmith. We could level up our mining skill, and then that would give us a chance to get better items. But you kind of have to think about how to spend your money. There's a limit of 100 gold you can keep in your coin purse, so you have to think a little bit about where you spend it and how to spend it. Right, so mining, we will, once we reveal, you can reveal as many cards as you like, making sure you're keeping track of the time, because each card is a half an hour. We've got 12 half hours, it's 6 hours till night, so we want to try to make it so we don't spend too much time wandering about at night. And then they've got arrows and items that you come across. So the idea is you follow the arrows. If it goes up north to south, you have to go, the next card you place has to be above it or below it, and if it goes to the east, the next card has to be to the east. So the idea is you're following these arrows almost like it was a vein of ore in the rock. So we've got a pickaxe not equipped, but we've got a pickaxe with us, so we can do it. So we get rock to begin with. So I'll just show you what the cards look like. So at the top it tells you the item, and there's a little image, and then the arrow is the way you follow for the next card. So this is just a rock. You do use rocks for building your player house, but we don't need to do that at the beginning, and it will just clog up our inventory, so I'm not bothering with that too much. So what I'm going to do next is just take another one off the top. You don't always have to take it off the top, you could take it from in the middle if you're getting a lot of rocks, for example. There's another rock. Right, so I'm going to just put a whole bunch underneath and hope that this one isn't a rock. Aha, this is a copper ore. That's good. And this one says stop on it. So some cards do say stop, which means you have to stop, and that is that vein, that node, sorry, that is used up for that time. After you sleep for 5 hours at night, the nodes will refresh. So we get 1 copper ore, which is worth 3 gold. So that is that node done. So we'll put the rocks away randomly. So that was 1, 2, 3, wasn't it? So that's 3 half hours. Let's do that first. So 1, 2, 3, and we'll get some copper ore. So again we get to our chits. Right, and we want the ores. Copper ore, there we go. Keep that out just in case we need that later. Copper ore. Right, 1 copper ore. Okay, we'll put that back randomly, and then we will do a quick shuffle. We have to move on to the next node. So we have a used node icon. We put on there. And we need card. Okay, we can't go north there, we can have to go east. So 175. Oh, we're on 175, yeah, so 5. And then north 125. One, 2, 5. This one's got 2 nodes on it, so that's good. So that's 6 steps. Okay, so this has got 2 nodes on it. So we want to get iron ore, that's the one that will give us the most amount of money, and we also want to do quite a bit of mining just to get us into night. So there's a rock, and another copper ore, stop. Not great, really. Right, we'll put that back. So that's 2 half hours and a copper ore. 2 half hours, 1, 2, and a copper ore. And that node has been used. There's another node, so we shuffle up again. This one's going north to south, so we go above that one. Okay, city right. Rock. Rock, we can go south. Rock again. I'm going to skip a few. Aha, copper ore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half hour, so that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on to our last half hour, and we've done 6 steps, so another 6 steps, and we'll be at night. So we got copper ore and a cassiterite for that. So it's not super exciting. It's probably worth leveling up mining quite high, because then you got you add cards into the deck, which are iron ore and copper ore basically. So you've got more of an opportunity to get better results. So copper ore, 3 copper ore though, not too bad. How much are they worth? 3 each, so it's 9 gold. It's like doing a quest that pretty much. Then we've got cassiterite, which is 2, so it's 11 gold, so it's not too bad. Some cards will have 2 ore on them if you're lucky as well. So what have we got? Let's put that there. Okay, trying to organise it in my satchel. Right, so we put the mining back. That's that node done. So you can skip ahead in time if you want to, but you have to eat a meal, and the different types of meals you eat or food you eat skips forward at different amounts of time, and I don't think I want to do that because I've only got a couple of apples and I might need them anyway. So in this kind of situation where you're waiting sort of like a few steps, you can just go around and come back again. So you just imagine you've walked around in a circle for 12 steps, then we get back to 12, and then we go back to 1. So we'll do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Right. So we're now at night. So our time tracker, we got a night tracker here, the purple one. Hopefully you can see that as well. So we can move that along. We don't want to spend too much time at night because that will mean we don't have enough time for sleeping. Sleeping can give you extra health, like a sleep bonus. So we're going to we get rid of the use node icons, and we have to get rid of the cards. So at night you use the reverse side of the cards. So what we do is you put away the cards you've already used. So going east to west or west to east, left to right, right to left, will always be sequential. So you can just put those into little piles, and then it's quite quick to put them away again. So we want 100 to 150, so we've got a couple of those. Let's take 112 here, 128. I've got 125 there as well. Okay. Then we also want 150 to 200, so 172 and 176. Might need that out because we are on 175. I'm not quite sure where we're going to be moving to yet. So we want also 69. Okay, so it doesn't take too long to pack away those cards. So we flip this card over. I'll just show you. So there's our blacksmith. This is where we're meeting Owen, and it's now night time, so we flip the card over onto its night side. Hopefully you can still kind of see. So it is supposed to be dark, but obviously you need to be able to see some, like the numbers and everything on it. So there is a lantern you can get that will help you see a bit more of the map as you go, but we don't have one of those at the moment. So anyway, we're just meeting up with Owen first, so we will take our quest H. and H12. So we'll see what Owen has to say. Okay. So he says, I knew you'd come. I need your help getting some flowers. What with me being kept on my feet all day and trying to keep this all a secret from Pa, and those damn night walkers creeping about at night. I've got my dagger, so between us they won't stand a chance. Come on. So we gain a companion here, Owen. Take bronze dagger full deck for Owen for encounters. He has 25 life. And then at the bottom it says, move to map card 114, then take H13 after any encounters. So it seems like you just need one encounter with a Night Stalker. Yeah, so it says take H13 after any encounters. So we have to make our way to map card 114. Let's just move these copper ores out of the way. And what we should have done was sold our copper ore during the day before getting to night. And we don't actually need those right now. But that's okay. So we need to get to 114. Now, I'm not entirely sure how to get to 114. I think it's going to be north. Well, it's definitely going to be north. So we've got 125 above us. I don't know how far north it is going to be. If it's just, it might be 2 map cards north. We'll have to have a little look. So 125. So movement is the same as it is during the day, but every time you move, you have to roll an 8-sided die. A 1 to 6, nothing happens. A 7 is you find a fire. So there's a found fires deck, and then you pick a random card out of that to tell you what happens. You either get ambushed by some bandits, or you find a fire, like an old campsite that you can use to sort of level up and heal back to your normal health. So we've got Owen as a companion. We need to do that first. So we need the bronze dagger full deck. So normally you start with a starting deck. I'm gonna have to take all of them. So we've got a lot of weapons because we need to find the iron short sword. We've got the bronze dagger. So yeah, you start with 12 cards and a full max weapon deck is 24, and you buy the individual cards at 25 gold each to build your deck however you like. Eventually you'll want the full 24 cards, but how you get to that is up to you. And if you don't like the way that a certain weapon plays, or whatever they've got, each weapon works differently. They won't all have the same cards, so you can try one card and then you might not like it. You might want to try another weapon afterwards. So there's quite a lot of flexibility with that. So we've got, let me just double check. We've got all the bronze daggers. So the daggers are the only weapons that have dodge cards in them. They don't have anything that blocks. So my short sword, for example, has a parry which blocks for a certain amount and does a certain amount of damage in one card. But this dodge completely negates any amount of damage that you might get. There's also, these ones have initiatives. My current short sword deck doesn't at the moment because you don't start off with any initiatives. Although I think you do in the dagger starter deck there. Yeah, you start with some in this. So the idea is the dagger with initiatives, they can, if you have one of those in your hand before combat begins, you can do an extra hit before combat starts if the enemy doesn't have an initiative as well. So this is all about speed, basically. Every weapon has 4 misses, but the more cards you have, the less likely you are to get a miss. So he's got 25 life. So I should probably write something on there like if he loses all his life, then you have to restart. I should probably add that to it. It's unlikely that will ever happen because the encounters at night You only need to get through one encounter, either with the bandits or the night stalkers. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, we've got him there. He's got a full deck of cards for his weapon, so he's pretty overpowered for this, really. But we don't really know exactly where we're going, so we want 1, 2, 5. We know that much. And then we want to try to get to 114. Okay, so 1, 2, 5 is where we were doing our mining earlier on. We want to get to 114. This is going to be interesting. Hold on. I just realised that 114 is that in the deck? Why is that one card not here? Oh, there it is. We want to make sure we can get to 114. That was out of. You want to make sure you keep this deck in order. So, like, yeah. 2, 3, 2, 4. Where's 1, 2? Oh, we put 1, 2, 5 down. Good. Okay, I think we're all right. So we move 1 just as normal. So that is now 2 steps. But we roll our 8-sided die. We get a 7, which is a found fire. Right, so we got a found fire deck, which are the black cards, and we got a made fire deck, which are the white ones. My camera doesn't like to focus ever. Anyway, that says made fire. Okay. Doesn't matter, we're not using those ones anyway. So we found fire deck. We give it a quick shuffle, randomize it a little bit. We can either get a old fire campsite, or we can get some bandits and they'll ambush us. Our sneak attack, because we have that because of the species that we picked at the beginning of the game. We have sneak, so normally we could try to sneak past some animals, which other encounters we have done in the past, other earlier streams, but because it's an ambush we don't get that opportunity. But it is not an ambush, it is an abandoned fire. We are lucky this time. So I'll show you what that card looks like. So it says you can rest to your full life, not including bonuses. So that's not including the sleep bonus basically. And you can cook if you have a pot with you. We do not have a pot and we haven't learnt the cooking skill, but we can rest to our full life. So I'm going to have to tally that up a little bit. I have to double check in my manual what each armor piece does. So I've got a list of all the armor, defense you get from the armor. So we get 9, 3, 6, 9 plus 9, 18. We get 18 plus 5 is 23. Oh, we've still got some of our sleep bonus, so we don't actually need to rest. We've got 29 at the moment, so we're fine. So we continue on. So 116 is north, so we're going to go north again. So 116 is north, and that is now a 3rd step, and then 115 is to the east, so a couple of steps east and we should be there. We roll our 8-sided die. 6 is nothing. Okay, so 115 is east, we go east. 115, and then next one will be 114. It's not too much. So it's 4, where was that, 5? 6 steps. Can't remember now. Let's do a roll. 6 again, nothing. Okay, and we go one more. 114. We are now. The reason we got here is because there are some bushes with some foraging nodes on them. So we have a quick sneak peek at it. So this is where he's going to get his flowers. So there's a little bit of logic involved in it too. So we come over here. 6, 7. But I think that was 1, wasn't it? 2, 3, 4, 5 is what it is. Right. We need to have 1 encounter though, so we'll have to walk about a little bit. So it's 6 again until we get an encounter. So we've been lucky. We had our found fire, but we also need to have at least 1 encounter before we can take H13. So let's just go back to 6 and roll. So we need to get a 7 or 8. 2, 7. So this is, it might look mindless, but actually this is using up our time that we could be sleeping, so it's not good. 2 again. 8. 6 again. So the one time you actually do want to get an encounter. 4, 9, 10. 6. How many times are we getting 6s? 11. Try a different way. 7. There we go. Okay, so it's a found fire. So we are hoping for an ambush on bandits, which isn't the best outcome really. Bandit attack. Okay, we do get a bandit attack. Here's what the bandit attack looks like. So it just says an ambush. So there is a bandit enemy encounter that we have to go through. So yeah, I don't think we can flee. I think we have to finish this off. It doesn't say you can flee. Maybe I need to make sure it says you can't flee, you have to have 1 encounter or something like that. Anyway, take it after the encounter. So we have to do the encounter. Let's find the bandits. Got a lot of different creatures that can attack you. These are all the cards you get. They again have their own decks. So let's find the bandits. Okay, bandits. I think that's all of them. So what we do is I'll show you here's the enemy cards. They're all the same, similar to the character cards. We have their name or what they are in the top left, and then in brackets their sort of categorization. So these are humans. They've got 35 health. They've got a sneak of 6. Can't sneak them anyway because it's an ambush. And then it says end of turn 1, end of turn 2, end of turn 3. That should say round actually. If they lose a certain amount of health, they'll do an attack, and they've got 10 gold once we kill them. So on the back of each card, this one's a bit tricky to see. On the back of each card, like this, you have some rectangles that tell you how many rounds to go before you reshuffle everyone's decks. So this is 3 card icons, so that means we reshuffle after 3 rounds. So that's what we're going to try to do. So I'm guessing we can't flee from this. This is something I'll have to have a think about. We got his full weapon deck. He's got 25 health. I think I've got 29 and they've got 35. So between us we should have enough. And he's got a big weapon deck, so I'm going to... He's got a full weapon deck even, is what I should say. So we'll put them up there because we need to do 2 characters at once with this encounter. So we're shuffling up the bandit cards, and then we always reveal the enemy first. So they've got a dodge, so whatever we put down will be a miss anyway. So if we get a miss card, that'll be a good place to put it down. So we'll shuffle up Owen's deck, his bronze dagger deck, and then we pick 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards for his hand. See what he gets. Let's have a quick look at his stabs. He gets 2 stabs. He gets an initiative, backstab, and a dodge. So because he has an initiative, we can put that down before the bandits first go to do a bit of extra damage. Okay, let me set this up a second here. I've got my weapon to do as well. So give my weapon is my bronze short sword and my oak shield. So I had to take out 2 of my short sword cards to make space for the shield card, because even though I'm holding 2, you can only have 12 as a starter together. So I could have just put 1 in if I wanted to, but I wanted to put 2. So I'll take 4 from my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have a look at what we've got and put those down there. I don't know if there's enough space to show it all. Let's put that down there. There. And that one there. Is that in shot? Just about in shot. Let's see what we get. So we get a block, 2 blocks, a miss and a stab. None of our cards have initiatives, unfortunately. So we've got ourselves a companion and an enemy, so we need to have a couple more of my fancy pins. Take 2 more of those out because we need to track more health. So when you're tracking health from 2 different characters, like me and Owen, whenever an enemy attacks you, you can decide where it goes, if it goes to Owen or if it goes to me. How much health does he have? 25 life he starts with. And then the bandits have 35. So it is going to take a bit of time to wear them down. Now, unfortunately, we did not get lucky. We didn't get a Night Stalker, which would have been a lot easier to kill. So I'll just show you how this looks at the tracker. So we've got the player's health on the left, then a companion, then we've got space. We did have space for 4 enemies, but I've changed one of those to a gold tracker. Even though we track it with coins in this game, it's good to have that as a visual reminder too. So there's our tracker, our life. Now there are, for every round, there are 3 turns. So it should make a bit more sense once we do it. So we did get an initiative. We can combine 3 cards together with a dagger for 1 turn. So I could do a stab, stab and a backstab all in one go, but you only ever get 1 card back for the next turn. So if I used 3, I'd only have 2 cards for the next one, and the stabs aren't that interesting really, so I don't think I really want to do that. You want to save that combination for when you've actually got some good cards to use. So because I've got an initiative, that pushes their one back. So that is actually turn 1. This is an extra hit before turn 1 happens. So that is Owen's go, and then he'll pick up a new card and he gets another dodge. So he doesn't have great cards there. He's got stabs and dodges. I've got blocks and a stab and a miss. So I'm going to drop my miss card because they're just doing a dodge anyway, and I'll pick up a new card. I get a parry. That's a great one because I get to block and do damage in 1 card. Only 2 though. Okay, so now it's the enemy's go. So that's turn 1. So we had an extra turn for the initiative. Turn 1 and then turn 2. Another dodge. That's very good for us. So Owen, what are you going to do? You might as well put a couple of stabs together. Well, this is going to take 1. So the stabs with the daggers only do 1 damage, but the stabs with the short sword do 2. So we're going to put I'm going to put them both down. Actually, I'm going to put them both down for doing 2 damage. So we do 2 damage there. Do I have? So I can, with my short sword, combine 2 cards together. So I might do that. Parry's going to come in. Well, maybe not. I've got the blocks. We'll keep a block. I'm going to do the parry and the stab. Combine those 2. So you get 1 card back, which is another dodge. Unbelievable. None of your hits. And I get another parry, which is quite good. Then we get the bandits. They do a sneak attack, which is an initiative. So I can choose which character that goes to, me or Owen. Now my species, you get a combat bonus and a skill bonus. I had sneaking as a skill bonus. My combat bonus is that I can turn any hit, any attack into an initiative. So because Owen has only got 3 dodges, and they are not initiatives, I'm going to say this initiative attack is going to me. I can't block it with my blocks because they're not initiatives either. So I could only block 2. So I could take 4 damage, and I've got more health than Owen does. So I'm going to convert my parry into an initiative. And that's 1, 2, 3 turns done for the first round. So what we do is you're supposed to sort of be tallying it up as you go along the damage everyone takes, but because there were some dodges, we didn't need to do that till right at the end anyway. So let's tally up how much we get. That's easier. So because they got 2 dodges, 6. So I parry 2, so I take 4 damage. We'll do that first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm down to 25, the same as Owen now. Okay, so now we add up all of our damage together to go against the enemy. So we did 2 2s 4, 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 damage in total. That's good. They're down to 25, so that means everyone's at 25 health now. That's quite funny. Right, so what we do at the end of each round is we take the cards and we just put them at the end. So those cards have been used. And like I said, on the back of the card it tells you when you reshuffle everyone's cards again. So this will be after 3 rounds. So that's that. So then we do exactly the same thing again for round 2. It said if they had lost 15 health, luckily they only lost 10, I wasn't really paying attention to that, but this is an extra element on top of the combat. It says here end of turn 1, but that actually means end of round 1. That's a mistake. But if they had lost 15 health, then they would do a stab, an extra hit that we can't do anything about. But they only lost 10 health, so we need to make sure at the end of round 2 they haven't lost 30 health. I think we should be alright with that. So that's the end of the round. That means we get our full deck of cards back again. So we are back up to 4. But Owen does have a sneak attack, which is an initiative. That's good, but we've got a lot of dodges. And then I've got 2, so I want 2 more cards. I get 2 misses. Unbelievable. 2 misses. That's going to be real helpful. And 2 blocks. So that's not good. Right, what are the bandits going to do? They're going to do a stab for 4 damage. So it's not an initiative. So again, I'm going to use Owen's initiative. Or actually I'm not going to do that because my species skill combat bonus only works once per combat, and I've already used that now, so I can't use that again. So I might keep that initiative for when they do an initiative again, so I can actually do some damage. So we might as well use up one of these dodges. So he does a dodge then, and I can block that, so I'm going to block it. So if I couldn't have blocked that, you can't say that that stab was going to Owen. If he dodges it, that stab can go to me. So it has to go. The enemy's attack has to go to one of the characters, unless you can block it or dodge it like we've done there. So we both pick up an extra card. We get another sneak attack. That's good. I get another miss. That's 3 misses for me and 1 block. Fantastic. Right, then we go for turn 2. It's another stab. So that's okay. I can choose to, I'm going to dodge it. So I'm going to just dodge that again, and I'm going to block it again. And then we'll hope we get something good. Or we get a critical hit. This is very good for us. So these cannot be, this can only be combined with one other attack. So even though with a dagger you can combine 2 attacks together in one turn, the crit hit can be one of those cards, I think. I have to have a think about that. Anyway, I'll pick up one of mine. I've got 3 misses. Can't be another miss because we used up one of those. So I get a stab, which is not the best one. But that's okay. So now it's the last turn, turn 3 of round 2. It's another stab, that's okay. So we want to do some damage because we haven't done anything in this turn. And we're going to get our cards back again. So we're going to do 2. Owen is going to do this. He's going to do 2 sneak attacks and he's going to add the crit on top of that. So that means he's going to do 6 damage times 2 is 12. So that will do a lot of damage. How much has he got? 25. So that basically brings him down to half health. I've only got misses and a stab. So I could just take the hit and drop the miss card, which means I will pick up another card that's definitely not a miss. Or because if I use the stab, then I'm only getting 1 card back. So this one means I can hit twice. So I'm gonna take the damage, but hopefully get a better card for the next round. Ooh, I don't think, have they lost 30 health by then? That means they have 5. No, so they haven't lost 30, so that's okay. They don't do a sneak attack to us. So we'll tally up the damage it does. So Owen dodges, I've blocked, so those are completely negated. That's good. But I take 4 damage. Or actually, I could have Owen take that 4 damage and not me. Doesn't really matter, but I'm going to have Owen take the 4 damage because after this quest I won't need to have him go back up again, whereas I would need to eat some of my provisions to get my health back. So it's better that he takes the damage. So he does 12. Did I say? It was 2 3s is 6 times 2 is 12. Yeah, I haven't done anything that go. So 12, 25 minus 12, so that will be 13. That's a good amount of damage done. That is the end of turn 2. Round 2. One more round. And then we reshuffle all the cards back. So we get rid of all the cards for all of us. We bring Owen up to his 4 hand. He's got an initiative, that's good. Another crit hit. So we've got for Owen a crit hit, a stab and a backstab and a dodge. That's a good hand for him. I'm going to have only 1 card and 2 of them are misses, but at least we know that's not going to be a miss. That's good. I can combine my swing and a stab for 5 damage there. So we've got 13. We just need Owen to be able to do sort of 8 damage really. Yeah, 8 damage I think. Anyway, we'll do the bandits. What are they going to do? They've got an initiative. Group attack. Receive 12 damage. This is not good. This is very bad for us. So there's their initiative. A group attack. All of them. 12 damage. We give that to someone. I guess we could split that up maybe to be half and half as well. Maybe that needs to be clarified in the rules somewhere. So Owen could dodge it, but then I'm taking all 12. So I don't really want to be taking all that damage, even though Owen can dodge it. I can't do anything against that. And this is before turn 1 as well. So I think what I'll do is we're both just going to have to take that, because yeah, and then turn 1 is going to start. Oh dear, that's not good. This is not good. That's a sneak attack. There's another initiative, but this is still going to be turn 1. The initiative only gives you 1 extra hit at the beginning, if you get that. The second initiative is 6 damage. Okay, well, we need to maybe think about how this is going to work, because we might need to eat some provisions as well. I've got pies that give me 10 health back, but you can't heal above your max. I don't think, what was my max again? I can't remember. It was 5 plus 18. 23 is my max. I'm actually still above my max, so that's fine. Let's leave it for now. Okay. They've done a sneak attack. Anyway, what we can do is we could do 3, 6 on that. And then we could combine my 2. 6 plus 5 is 11. That's almost them dead. Let's do that. So that's all his attacks. Owen's attacks. He's only going to get 1 back. Oh, it's a backstab for 2. I'm going to do my swing and a stab for 5, and I'm going to pick one. I've only got 1 card left. That's a swing. That's my last card, so I don't pick any more cards up until the end of this round. So that's turn 1. So that 12 damage will divide as 6 between us. We'll have to see, and then we can divide that to be 3. So we both get 9. So 25 minus 10 is 15. So there we'll be at 16 each. So I want it, or do I give 18 just to Owen? Tempted just to give 18 just to sorry, Owen. Tempted to give you all the damage, because you only need 1 health to finish this quest, whereas I'll need to use up my provisions. So you got 20. You got 21 though. To use 18 would mean, well, I could soak up the damage. Well, I would have to. Okay. So you're actually down 21. You're 18. So you have 3 health left. Owen, this has been something, hasn't it? We didn't expect bandits when you wanted just to get some flowers. Okay, so you've taken 18 damage. We've done quite a lot to them though. So it's 3, 6, what did I say? 6 plus 5 is 11 to them. So 11 damage, 13 minus 11. 2, right? 2. So they've only got 2 health. Oh, he's got a backstab, so they will die before us, I'm pretty sure. It depends though, they will still do another hit. Oh, it's a miss! Oh, then Owen does his 2 and he kills them, and I can do my swing and doubly kill them if we wanted to there. Oh wow, that's used up a lot of time, but that's fine. Right, so we've killed them, and Owen has taken most of the hits there. So we killed them before the end of round 3, which is good, because if it says on here, if we look at the bottom, it says at the end of turn 3, but again should say round 3. If alive, group attack, which was that 12 damage. So we were very lucky to have killed them. We get 10 gold from that though. My God, that was very intense. Right, so that's all the bandits killed. Wow, that was hard, with 2 of us as well. There's no way I could take them on my own. That was with Owen with his full set of dagger. There's my weapons. So we did it before the end of round 3. They would have killed us, but I think pretty well. No, it wouldn't. It would have been close. Would have been close though, even closer than it was. Right. We need to get back and hopefully just flee from anything else that comes right near to us. So the enemy's dead. That's at least one thing that is good. Let's have them there. Owen is down to 3 health. I've got 25, so I've come out of that quite well. Right, let's go back to the blacksmith. 12. So we'll just go back the way we came. We still got to roll. It's only 12 steps. 6 is nothing. So now we're into 1. And that is half an hour at the night tracker. So we just mark that. So it's normal. We roll. 5 is nothing. That's good. We move. 2. Roll. 8. Night Stalker. Okay. Right. Night Stalkers. We can try to flee. They've got a sneak of 3. Here's what a Night Stalker looks like. Not quite zombies. Kind of weird creatures. We don't know much about them yet. They're monsters. They've got 30 health. I can try to sneak by them. Oh, we didn't get our loot. We'll get the loot in a minute. Let's get loot now. So like I said, it's real coins. We use these Chinese fortune coins, which are pretty funky. I think it adds a whole nice sort of extra dimension to the game by having real coins to use. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's our loot from killing the bandits. Maybe it should be a bit more, but that was quite hard. That was very hard. Right. So now we roll. We're going to roll to see if we can sneak past the Night Stalker. So we need a 3 or higher first. We get a 3. Maybe we should do 2 rolls. 1 for Owen, 1 for me. I don't know. That's 4. We both do it anyway. I'm not sure if we'll do that. I guess maybe we don't need to do that really. And then we go 3. So we did manage to sneak past the Night Stalker. That is helpful. And then we've got a 5. We are fine. Okay. Right. If only we got that Night Stalker at the beginning, that would have made our lives quite a bit easier, I think. Okay, so we've travelled at night. We've gone back. It says take H13 after any encounters. Perhaps we should have done that. We should have done that really before we moved. Should have read that better, but I didn't. Pretend we were further back where we were before we moved away. So Owen says, I've got them. Quick, let's get back before it's too late. Before it gets too late. And then it says return to map card 176, which is where we are now. Which is actually 176. Let's just say 175. Make a note of that. Okay, so we go back. We have gone back, and then that should say actually take H14 when you get back. Right. We need to add that onto that map as well, onto that thing too. So we take H14 once we get back to the blacksmith at night. Owen says, right, you need to keep hold of them. Can't risk Pa seeing them and asking questions. Meet me outside the bakery in the morning. Take quest item H14. Okay, so we got the flowers. We almost died getting them. Quest item H14. Almost died getting them. But we did okay there. It's always better for... Where's H? Where's H? H11? H11. That is the wrong number. All the quest items have wrong numbers. I must have changed the quest without changing the item numbers. But this is the right one, because I can tell because it says on the back Owen's flowers. So he picked some flowers. He's got a plan for these to give them to Eleanor at the bakery. He's given to us to hold on to because his Pa will not sort of catch on or wonder what's going on. So we need to get back to the inn to sleep. You can sleep in the wild. We can't dream. How are we doing for time? It's almost 10 past. We're gonna have to stop here because it might take us a while. We've got quite a way to go to the inn from the blacksmith, and we're gonna have to roll a 1d8 every time we move. So I'm not going to do that in this stream. We're going to do that in tomorrow's stream. I'm going to put these cards away. So we've got 14, 15, 16 and 1, 2, 5. So we'll start back at night tomorrow. 13, 14, up to 16. Yeah. And then 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5. Right, well, that was an exciting encounter. So we went through a whole, I think it's the first time we've gone through a whole encounter. All the other times I've been fleeing, so that's quite a good one to show. And we had some initiatives that show that they happen before before the turn starts. 3 turns for every round, and then the amount of rounds you have before you reshuffle is determined by what you're fighting. It's either 2, 3 or 4 basically. Right, so we're going to come back to this. So we're going to head back to the inn at night, so hopefully we can just flee everything at night. Yeah, you can lose health at night, but you can always flee, but the whatever's attacking you will always get a chance to hit you. But we've got 25 health, which is more than our normal because we had the sleep bonus. Owen now is not our companion anymore, he's gone back. That should probably be clarified on this as well. We put the map card, we're on the blacksmith, into the quest tracker, and our character marker 3 on the steps. We can put his weapon away, which will do that. Now it goes there. We'll put all the weapons away now actually. So that's also doing a encounter with more than one person as well. So we've got on our character tracker Owen's flowers there in the quest items. We'll also do a dream tomorrow. Well, we have the chance to do a dream tomorrow. And we'll get our apple pie from Sarah tomorrow maybe. So we'll add up an extra 10. We've got 66 gold now. Pins is not the best idea for this, but that's okay. We'll have to come up with something a bit better later. Okay, well there we are. Fantastic. Something a bit exciting. We'll carry on tomorrow. I'm streaming Monday to Thursday every week for the next few months, so it'll be great to get some people watching and get some feedback. So thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next one.